My name is Hannah Norris. I grew up here in Valdez ever since I was born. I went to the elementary school, junior high, and high school here. I had a pretty good experience at Valdez High School. I mean, there is the bad stuff that was definitely an option to get involved into, but I think a huge part of why I wasn't involved in that was the people I surrounded myself with. Right from the beginning, I made good friends with people on my sports teams, and there were lots of people who were into the drugs and alcohol stuff, and it was a pretty big issue like it is now, but there were definitely the good outlets, and that's what I got involved in. But in junior high, that was the hard part for me because my friends from elementary school, I could tell they weren't making terrible decisions in junior high or anything. I could just tell that we were going different directions. And so I had to consciously kind of make the effort not to hang out with them quite as much outside of school. I had to sit at lunch by myself quite a bit. Removing myself from those certain groups of people was hard. You know, it's Valdez, it's tiny, it's hard to just change friends when you've known everyone since kindergarten or whatever. I think that the most important thing you can do is, before you even get to the situation where you have to make that decision, you need to evaluate like your own morals and standards before you get to that situation, because by the time you get to that situation, if there's going to be so much pressure from your friends, you're not going to want to lose your friends, and if you don't already have a plan of how to say no or some crazy weird excuse to get out of the situation, then it's going to be a lot harder to say no in that way. So definitely think about it beforehand. Make a plan, a way out, and a way to say no if you need to. After 7th or 8th grade, my freshman year, it's just kind of like those new friends came, and I wasn't sitting at lunch by myself anymore, and it was great, definitely worth it to get those different friends. It just starts with those little choices, and all it takes is for one person to stand up and say no, and once the little good things start happening, it'll totally change.